Hey everyone, welcome back to Empire Build Academy. Fabian, and jumping into the last game, episode 1 of the Zero to Hero series, and this is for State of Survival. There are 9 different games I'm going to do, including this one: Age of Empires Mobile, Evany, Foundation, Galactic Frontier, Guns of Glory, King of Avalon, Lords Mobile, Resident Evil Survival Unit, Rise of Kingdoms, and of course this one, State of Survival. And the idea is that I'm going to start from the very beginning, only spending a maximum of 99 pence, and the reason I say that is because you are normally offered some decent general that can help with things like construction and also help you with a few of the early events that you need to use a general for. So that is the maximum that I'll be spending on this. Apart from that, it will be 100% free to play. In this particular episode, it is State of Survival. I am going to be starting from the beginning, but just to give you an overview as to what you can expect in this particular one, I will be talking about the perfect early start, the best opening moves to hopefully help you build a strong foundation, your hero priority. If we get into that at the beginning, I'm really mindful of making sure that the episodes aren't too long, but hero priority and which heroes to focus on is also something I'm going to look at. Resource management, building priority, and then also hopefully joining an alliance and daily routine, and why your alliance does matter, and also the daily habits top players do follow to get ahead in Zero to Hero. If this is the kind of content that you think you will enjoy, or you want to follow along on this series or any of the other series, then please do consider subscribing to the channel and also liking this video. This particular channel, this is where you'll see all the Zero to Hero series and the in-depth guides, the ones that go a little bit deeper than the normal standard beginner guides. But the standard beginner guides, you can head across to Top Game Strategies and you can find those clear guides, real strategies over there. Not only beginner guides, but the top 10 things that are going to help you at the beginning, every building explained, all the simpler guides. Top Game Strategies is the channel for that. Let's go straight over to this particular game. What you will notice when I first jump into it is this is an older account, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like so you kind of get a feel for how your base will look when you have developed a few of the buildings and put a few of the things down. You'll also notice there is quite a lot going on in terms of accounts. I'm just going to clear this first and foremost. So just to show you what it all looks like when you get further into the game, you will notice there is a hell of a lot of different icons, options going on with State of Survival. And towards the top where you can see here, all these different things will have different events in there. There's a lot of different things at the bottom, but the idea is that I will show you all of this from the beginning and I'll explain all of the different things that are going on in the State of Survival game. But this is what you will end up with once you are a few days into your account. So let's start a new one, and we're going to do that by going into our avatar at the top. Then we're going to go into settings. We're going to go into character management. There are 2 ways you can start again. Of course, if you started from the very beginning and installed it for the first time, you won't be going via this method. But there are 2 things we can do. We can go into account and then we can switch account, or we can go into character management. And what character management allows you to do is to create 2 characters per state, and state is basically what is known as your server. So if I go create new character, you will see that 1448 is the most recent one, and in an ideal world you would be starting a server that has only been running for a few hours. So that is something to take into consideration. You definitely want to be starting on a new server, but also as well, ideally a new server that is no older than a few hours. Let's click onto this one. This is the one I'm going to go into, 1448. So this is the opening screen you will get when first playing State of Survival, and there are quite a few things to go through. This is Maddie, and she is basically your main hero from the beginning, and what the story is all based around. Now I'm going to skip through all of the cutscenes, including all of the text that you can see here on the screen, but of course you can go ahead and check that story mode out if you want to have that kind of feel with the game as well. I will also eliminate any sound on this particular one as well. The sound can interrupt what is going on when I'm talking, so there will be no sound. It'll be just me explaining what is going on in the game. So the first thing we're doing is collecting some resources. How about you earn your keep soldier, help clear some bushes, and this is also going to help you get some more resources, and resources are a big thing that help you out with the game. You can see we've got 2 at the beginning here. We've got food and we also have lumber or wood. Be aware your resources will run out quickly at the beginning. They make it nice and simple. There's not too much resources needed for the different buildings, but as you progress into the game, certainly once you are a month or so into the game, resources will become a big problem. Now the first thing that we are asked to do here is the building, and we can build a farm and we can also build a lumber yard. So let's go ahead with the farm. I'm just going to place these down where they are asking at the moment, but you can move them to where you want in reference where they are placed, but I'll leave that up to you. Again, I will cut through all of these cutscenes. Have two farms. Now, this is a good point to mention. You can see what it's pointing at there. Have two farms. This is like the story mode broke down into different chapters and different scenes. And when you go in there, and if you follow this from the beginning, it's a really good way to get an understanding of how the game works and also the different things that will be unlocked as you go along. So clean up settlement 3 times. That was part of the chapter. That is now complete. And you do have different chapters. So there will be so many tasks or requests required in each chapter before moving on to the next one. We are now going to explore the warehouse, which is unlocking this particular building. So let's click it inside there. And now you can see we've got our first little mini challenge on the game, and that is fighting the infected. So just go straight ahead and use your stamina to do this. And at the beginning, there is more emphasis on the fighting side of things, but eventually you will get to a stage where you probably won't really be doing these particular battles in this particular way. And there are things like speed ups and auto complete to complete these challenges. But at the beginning, just follow what they are showing you so that you can get an understanding behind the mechanics of the fighting. You will also get some special skills, and you can see we've got our first one here. You can place your special skills down. This will help you in defeating the enemy, and there are lots of different type of skills, all individual and unique to each particular hero. Be interesting to know in the comments as well if you've played State of Survival and what kind of level and expertise you have on the game, because one of the things that I do want to do with all of the Zero to Hero series is create a community feel where you guys get involved as well, leaving your advice in the comments on this particular video and also on my website empirebuildacademy.com, which I'll talk about later. But again, just getting you guys involved and getting the knowledge that will help out, especially the beginners at the beginning, with anything you may know. You can see here it says cannot skip the tutorial. It's one of those things that I wish you could, but unfortunately you can't. So you just got to go through it and do all of the different quests that they are showing you. And this is one of those things at the beginning. You've got to try and save this particular hero. A lot of games are actually going down this route of someone you've got to save, so that is what we are going with on here. So go ahead and continue to try and save this particular hero. The explore warehouse part is now done. We can now go and fix that warehouse up. Chapter rewards, click inside here and you can see we have completed chapter 1 part 1 basic supplies. Click on claim and then we will move on to the next chapter in the story mode. So you can see on this one, part 2, we've got to upgrade our headquarters, clean up settlement 1 time, defend against an infective wave, and also explore the lookout tower and hero precinct. Let's go ahead and start from the beginning, upgrading your headquarters to level 2. You will see these also come with timers. Eventually, the time taken to upgrade these buildings will be a lot longer than they are at the beginning, and you will find you will need to use things like speed ups and also genuine time before these buildings have upgraded to the next level. But you can see the headquarters is currently level 1 and we are taking it to level 2, and the headquarters is your main building on State of Survival, so you wouldn't be able to upgrade any of the other buildings past your headquarters level. That would need to be done first. Continue cleaning up the settlement. Again, we've got some more cutscenes. Repair the area fence is the next thing that we've got to do, which is kind of like your wall. And you can see here, new area has been unlocked. We've got another challenge. This one is also going to be a close call, but normally they are pretty straightforward at the beginning. When going into these beginner clear infected stages, they are normally straightforward and shouldn't cause a problem in relation to defeating the enemy. We will continue going along on here. They will also continue to show you as well the different kinds of skills that you get. Of course, feel free to read all of the different information if you want a more detailed overview of how State of Survival is working. Let's use this one again. You can see as well, you can move these around as well to actually target a specific area. You can also do that with this as well. We can place this down in a certain part to challenge a specific area on the screen. Now we can also see that this was saying it was too strong, but guess what? Don't worry, we've got a new hero that is coming in to save the day. Now I'm not 100% sure. This might be the 99p hero that I'm talking about on all of these games. They do like to make it seem very special and very unique in getting a specific hero. Lucky, I'm not sure if she is the one, but she genuinely could be. Let's continue. You can see you also get some different kinds of items from doing all of the different challenges on here. This one is for defeating the enemy, and you can now see starter pack is actually highlighted here, which is, as I thought, the new hero. So let's continue, and this one is £4.29. That's not 99p, so I won't be buying this one because I did say only 99p. So unless there is a 99p pack, get the legendary hero lucky and claim bonus rewards for 3 days, £4.29. The answer is no. Again, they are showing me the starter pack, but as I mentioned, 99p is the rule. This pack is not the one I will be going after. So I'll continue going through the chapters. Let's go on to the next one, and the hero precinct is the next building to explore. You can also see as well we can assign heroes to our battles as well, and these heroes can also be leveled up. Let's click on challenge. Also, it's saying there 15, just to make you aware, that is stamina, and this is what is required to kill all of the different infected, and there's only a certain amount of stamina that you get before it runs out, and you would need to fill this back up. So that was chapter 2 completed. We now move on to chapter 3. Again, as I mentioned, keep working down these from the top to the bottom. It's a really good way of getting an introduction to the game and what is going on. Let's continue with clear infected in area number 2. Sometimes as well, when you go to upgrade your headquarters, so this is the headquarters here, clicking on upgrade, you will see that there's actually another building requirement before I can do that. So I need to go to warehouse level 2 and upgrade this building first. Click on upgrade on that. Again, it's going to be nice and quick, which will allow me to go to headquarters level 5, click on upgrade, and then complete this one. So just be aware of that. There are certain requirements needed before you can go to the next level. And this can also happen with other buildings, not just the headquarters. So it's something to be aware of. Again, another straightforward and easy victory. Clear infected area 2 is now complete. We've got a cutscene, and the next thing we've got to do is build our first lumberyard. Again, I will just place it anywhere at this moment, but again, you can see that you can move these things around across the different areas. So if you've got a certain way you'd like the buildings to be placed, that is something you can do and customize. If it doesn't allow you to place it, this is because you will be placing it over something that is in the way. So I'm just going to place it there. Chapter 3 is now complete. This is your hero precinct, and this is where you will actually recruit heroes. So go ahead and upgrade this to level 2. We are now going to have a look at our hero for the first time. So let's upgrade a hero to level 5, and we're going to go into the heroes tab down at the bottom that you can see, and inside here you can see all of the different kinds of heroes that we can get. At the beginning you will start off with the purples and the blues, but eventually you will start unlocking more heroes, including more purple, orange and higher tier heroes as you go along. So let's go ahead and upgrade Sarge to level 5. Let's do that via the upgrade, and we can just click on use all at beginning, and he is now upgraded. You can see he's level 5. We've also got the cadet icon as well, so we can upgrade them in star levels, but because this is the first episode, this will just be about how we start in State of Survival, and I will definitely do a video more on generals in future episodes and how the generals do work. You can also see down at the bottom right corner, we now have the first option to increase the speed that these battles are taking. You can see that we can take that to ×2. Again, start using your special skills. Click onto this one here, and again, just use all your special skills. It's definitely going to get you through the battles a lot quicker. That is another victory complete. Let's click claim on that, and then collect our rewards from defeating that particular infected. And also see there's quite a lot in reference what we can collect, so obviously go ahead and collect all these. Although it seems like there's a lot you collecting, it is very minimal in what is actually increasing in your resources at the top here. So if you have a look at that, you can see the food is at 76,000. If we click on one of these and continue to collect, you can see it's not going up by a massive amount. Level 1 Lurcher, slow but unrelenting in the pursuit of your brains. This is another one that we can go in and go ahead and kill. There's quite a few mini games on here, and actually once you get further into the game and you open up and unlock more events, there is quite a lot that goes on in State of Survival. In my opinion, it's one of the most active in reference the amount of events going on, and you will find at times that you will struggle to keep up with all of the different events going on. Click on March for this one, click skip, and you can see that is a victory. If you don't win the particular stage that you're doing, then that might mean you need to up level a general, or maybe even get some troops, which is bringing us onto our next building, exploring the barracks. The barracks are going to be our first troop type on the game, which is also known as ground or infantry. Upgrade your headquarters to level 4 is the next part of the chapter, and you can see they're now talking to us about speed ups. So you can use speed ups to make things quicker. What I would say at the beginning is, although you've got to be forced into the first one, hold off on actually speeding anything up, ideally in your first day, because eventually you'll be joining an alliance, and this will help speed up more of the smaller building requirements and saving those speed ups for much bigger things further down the line. Let's go ahead and use this first one. And we've got our first introduction to an event, 1000 draws. Let's click on this. This is the free option, so I'll go ahead and do that, and then you will get another one in 30 minutes or so. As I mentioned, there are quite a few events on State of Survival, and actually understanding all of the different ones from the beginning can seem a little bit overwhelming. But one thing that I will show you is that you do have, this one's called the Lucky Gashapon, and if we click on the question mark, we'll give you an overview quickly as to what the event is and what is expected of you to complete each each event. Upgrade headquarters to level 4 is done. We've got Maddie is now being shown to us as well, and she is a gold hero, a legendary hero, and she is someone we will use a lot in the game. Let's continue. So you're now seeing that the screen is starting to really open up with all of the different things. We've even got the Alliance tab now being open at the bottom as well, which you can quick join an alliance, or you can click on the Join Alliance. And what this will show you is all of the alliances that exist. This is actually a very new server because I can see there's only 2 alliances that have started, which is pretty unusual. I've never seen it only 2. So I'm just going to double check in settings, which is something else you can do. Go into your avatar, and then we're going to click on rankings, and you can see it requires headquarters level 8. So I can't physically check that at the moment. But in an ideal world, you would be joining one of the top 3 alliances, so that not only can you get involved with all of the events that are alliance specific, but also as well you're getting all of those additional helps and other benefits that come with being in an alliance. You can see we require barracks level 1 before we can go to the next level of headquarters of level 5. Let's go and build our first troop type, which is the infantry, using the barracks. Click on fix up, and this will be the first time that you can train troops, which will also aid in battle. Let's go ahead and click on train, and we can also use speed up, and you do get different speed ups for research, healing, construction, training, all of those different things. So we can use one of these 1-minute ones to speed this up nice and quickly. I'll also click on train so that is also working in the background. Another thing that you will also want to do is making sure all of your build queues, so you can see this icon here with the hammer, that's construction, clicking on that and making sure that these are always doing something, especially a little bit later on in the game when the buildings take longer, making sure all of your queues, whether it's training, research or buildings, are always active and always doing something. You can see the second build queue is kind of flashing with the gold. Click onto that and you can see you can actually permanently unlock your second one, but yes, it is behind a paywall if you want to do that. This is not something I'm going to do on here. Purely free to play, 99p heroes only, so this is not something that I will be getting. Headquarters level 5 is now done, and we're now going to upgrade a hero to cadet number 2, and I was talking about this before, so let's go and click on it. Let's go into our heroes, and this is where we're going to upgrade a star level. So we're going from cadet 1 to cadet 2. You can also again click on information if you want more detail as to what you are upgrading. Let's click on that. Let's click on upgrade, but before we do that, I just want to show you the cost required. So you do need this particular item here, which is the epic hero badge, and you can get more of them through events, and also you can purchase these as well. But you also need fragments. So you can see I've got 6 fragments, and it's going to cost me 2 fragments to take the Sarge up to cadet number 2. So let's go ahead and do that. You can also see we can take him to 3-star because we've got enough fragments to do that. We've still got 4 left, and then we might as well take him to the final one as well. Click on upgrade, and that is the Sarge now at level 4. If we want to take him to level 5, we will need to get another 2 fragments from in-game to be able to do that. But let's continue with the chapter mode and see where we've got to go next. Explore intel post. This is another building. Let's go ahead and do that. Clean nearby objects first. So we can just click on these and click on rescue. And you can also see we've got another little mini battle to go ahead. This is the level 2 runner. But now, of course, because we've got Sarge even more leveled up, this is again still going to be pretty straightforward in reference winning these battles. And you can see we didn't even take half the power off Sarge in that particular battle. We found a new hero. Let's bring them with us into battle. This is where we can add the hero. Click on assign. And you can now see we've now got 3 different heroes that are now fighting in this next battle. Again, we've got a different skill move. This is the bins, which comes with this particular hero. As I said, each hero will have their own special unique ability. Sometimes you will have to wait for a timer to cool down before you can actually place any of the different ones. So there's something to be aware of when going into these battles. But as soon as you see one available, go ahead and place it down. Eventually, when you are further into the game, you will actually be doing a lot more fighting against other people from other alliances, other servers. So the infected and the different monsters that you fight on the game is more as an opportunity to gain rewards, as you see in here. And once I click onto that, those are the different rewards we got from there. Making sure you are using all of your stamina is very important. There's nothing in the helicopter after all that. Let's continue through the story mode on this one, and we've now unlocked a new building and the intel post. This is where you will get some mini events to complete. Barricade is protected, so let's go and unlock that first. Eliminate all threats in the area. This one is looking risky, so that's not a good sign. There's going to be some upgrades required, but I will, for the purpose of this video, show you what it looks like when you are going into battles that are risky. Squad power is low. You might want to upgrade your heroes before embarking on this challenge. Let's go ahead and now go to the upgrade, go into our heroes, and let's upgrade the level of some of these. Also, make sure you're doing your other heroes as well, but just be aware you don't want to waste too much on the blues. You only want to sort of upgrade these to help you get through each individual battle that is required. So let's go into this one and upgrade this. You can see again we've got the fragments, and we also have the rare hero badge, which is the blue one, so we can upgrade him twice. Let's also do the same with Ghost as well. Let's go and click on that. We can see we can do this once. Again, this is going to help us. Now, this may still be quite short in reference winning the next battle, and that may be because we need to level up using the hero XP, but I am going to go back to that battle and try that without. It's now saying it's a close call, so this shouldn't really be too much of an issue. So let's go ahead and win this battle. We are moving on to a new building, which is the hospital, where we will heal our wounded troops from battle. Again, just placing this anywhere. That is that part of the chapter done, and that is also the chapter complete, I believe, for this particular round. Again, we've got some more fragments as well, which is going to help us upgrading some of our heroes. Repair area fence number 4. I'm just going to go through a few of these missions to sort of get us to the next stage. We've now unlocked the missions, which you can see next to the heroes down at the bottom, and when you click on this, you've got your chapters, you've got your daily rewards, and you've also got your missions as well. So make sure that you are doing these as often as you can, especially the daily rewards. These come with some decent rewards, especially as you unlock the different cases that you can see here at top for progress. So if I click on claim all, you will see that I've also opened up this particular box here. You can see the rewards that are in there, and if I go all the way to the last one, show you what you can get in this supply refresh voucher, legendary skill books. There's a lot more from making sure that you are doing all of the daily rewards and getting all of these different cases along the way. Missions, as I mentioned, this is a side thing where you will get different rewards based on doing different things in the game, which can include upgrading buildings and also upgrading heroes, etc., all the way down. This is not something that I actually personally focus on. This is just something that sort of happens as a side mission while progressing through the game. So you can see, we can upgrade Sarge to cadet number 5. Again, you are going to kind of need to do these at the beginning, especially if you want to get through some of the more difficult challenges on there as well. So again, making sure you're always using your fragments and also your hero badges. This is something you can't really waste. They've got to be used, so using them on whatever heroes is available at the beginning is kind of important. So again, I'm going to jump back into this one. You can see now that these are all upgraded. It may still be quite a tough battle in reference this one. It's a close call, but it shouldn't again be too much of a problem. This is where we unlock the intel post. This is basically some side missions that are unlockable throughout the day, and making sure you're doing these regularly is going to give you some decent rewards. Also, the intel post will level up as well as you progress through there, so making sure you're doing this all the time. The rewards will get better the higher the level of intel posts. You can see this is radar level 1. When you start getting to the radar levels 8s, 9s and 10s, the rewards will get better. The missions you have to do are quite simple. Some of them will involve actual battles, but there's also things like rescue and things like this. So this one is rescue survivors. Click on the relevant icon, click on rescue, and like I say, not only are you getting the rewards for doing the individual tasks, but you are also increasing these rewards as you go through as well. So let's click on claim for that, and then we can also click on claim for the last one as well. And again, we've got some more fragments that we can also use, so making sure you're using them up at the beginning is also very important. Okay, so we've now unlocked quite a bit. I am a little bit disappointed the 99p hero wasn't available on this one. It does look like the £4 one is the one that you get on this, £4.29 for the starter pack. Again, 14,000% in reference how much you get for that, but it's not something that I am going to go for myself. I've got to stick religiously to the rules that I have set myself, and 99p is the rules that I've set. So we've unlocked quite a bit. The Alliance is unlocked as well. We can go into there. Actually, let me just check my level keep. Okay, so I won't be able to check rankings, but I can click on Alliance. I can click on Join Alliance, and I can see there are 2 options available for me, but personally, I would wait until I've got the option to see all of the different alliances that are available, because ideally I want to join one of the top 3 alliances that are there. So I'd wait until I'd upgraded my headquarters to level 8 so that I'd be able to physically see in the rankings who is the best. Top 3 is where I always want to aim. You can see there's quite a lot of things being opened all the way around. We've actually built this up quite quickly. How long have I been on this video? 40 minutes play is what it's taken to get to this stage. We've got quite a few events opened up at the top as well, which we will talk about in the next episode. VIP is also now unlocked as well. well. This is going to give us additional buffs and also some additional items to collect every single day. Builder queues. Always like to make sure that all of my builder queues are actually doing something. So if you go into this and have a look, you can see troop training is idle. Got our transmissions, and then we've also got the wilderness as well. Checking out our march slots. Eventually we will unlock academy as well. Stamina is a crucial one. You can see my green bar is full. I want to make sure all of that stamina is being used. And that is pretty much it for this first episode. Let's have a quick recap of what we've seen. Heroes come first. They impact almost everything, and focusing on upgrading the right heroes early for faster progress. What I would say to that is not using your XP until you find out exactly who you will be using long term. Balanced progression at the beginning. Balanced HQ at the cost of research training or hero growth. Keep everything moving. It will be important when we unlock that research academy in the next one, and actually working on economy and development so that those things are speeded up and cost less. Using your biocaps wisely is also another thing. Saving more than you spend early is important. Avoid random upgrades and impulse spending. Ideally, we want the alliances to be speeding up our early buildings. Daily routine matters on all of these games. It really doesn't matter which one you are playing. Use your stamina efficiently. Make sure you have always got your building queues and your research queues, training troops, all of that kind of stuff is always happening. Complete those dailies so that you're getting those additional rewards, and ideally join an active alliance that is in the top 3. Alliance is definitely key, and a good alliance will give you speed ups, help, protection, and also better event rewards. Top 3 is the tip there. Make sure you are doing that. And events does equal free growth. Take advantage of those events for resources, speed ups, and rare items, and make sure that you are active in all of the events, getting what you can when you can so that you can continue your growth. That is it for episode 1 on State of Survival. In episode 2 we will have a look more at the alliance and also resources and things like that, and then getting involved in our first few events as well. If this is the kind of content that you enjoy, then please do help support the channel by subscribing to the channel, and I will see you in episode 2 of State of Survival very soon. Thanks for watching.